Okay, last video without a hitch. Nobody can even tell the difference between my old main and my new one. Oh yeah, I've got a good one over on him. Wait till they get a load of this. Curious. Oh no! Oh, why did that feel so wrong? Oh my bones! I'm balding. Ah. Close enough. Oh, I need a cane. Ruska. Yep, that'll do. Okay. And, welcome to Ampersand's Ecologies. Today, we are going to be talking about the Loxodon. So, the Loxodon is a humanoid with an elephantine head. They gain 2 points of their constitution when they are being generated, along with another added +1 to their wisdom. Loxodons tend to mature at the same range of humans, but they live around 450 years old. So they are relatively long-lived for a lot of species. They outlive most dwarves and gnomes, but they don't outlive elves. They don't have the higher life expectancy. Most Loxodons are lawful, believing in the value of peaceful, ordered life, and they tend towards good. Very similar to the Lionels. No, not Lionels. The Leonin from before. Let's see. So, Loxodons usually stand between 7 and 8 feet tall, and they are really heavy. Typically, they are on average weighing 300 to 400 pounds. They have a powerful build, very similar to the Goliath, where they are counted as one size category larger than their actual size entails. So they're able to carry more, they're able to lift more, they're pushing, and their bodies are a lot stronger than your typical species of the same size. They have advantage on saving throws against being charmed and frightened. So any fear type effects that come from dragons or any kind of fey charms that would be like charm person or unearthly beauty, they would be able to resist a lot easier. Especially with advantage that mathematically comes with a +5 bonus. On a mathematics side, it's not giving them a +5 bonus, but on average, advantage gives you a +5 bonus. They have a natural armor, so their skin is thick enough that it's really hard for them to get hurt. So when they aren't wearing any armor, their AC is going to be 12 plus their Constitution modifier. So the higher their Constitution, the harder they are going to be damaged. And that's going to be a good way to measure how healthy they are compared to each other. They might do some challenges in that regard. Let's see. Now, armor class, typically the baseline is 10 plus their dexterity modifier, but since Loxodons have the tough hide, they don't use their dexterity bonus for their armor class, they use their constitution. Okay. Now, they can use their natural armor to determine their AC if the armor they would wear would leave. They can They can use your natural armor to determine their AC, and armor you would leave you with a lower AC. So, say if they are wearing a leather armor and their constitution was high enough that their natural armor class would be higher than the base bot armor class. That would mean that that the armor from their skin would be used in combat roles rather than the armor. However, if there is armor that is stronger than their skin, that seems to replace that trait for them. Now, like most elephants, if you realize, they have a trunk. So since they have a trunk, it works as an extra hand for them. They can use it to grasp things, and they can use it as a snorkel due to it just being their extended nose. It has a reach of 5 feet and it can lift a number of pounds equal 5 times their strength score. So if their strength is 10, it can lift up to 50 pounds. If their strength is 20, that's going to be 100 pounds. So it's not decisively very strong, but it is still a useful tool. However, they can use it to do the following simple tasks. They can lift, drop, hold, push, or pull an object or a creature, and open or close a door or a container, or grapple someone, or make an unarmed strike. So, knowing this, they're going to be able to use it for combat. They can use the shove action if both of their arms are handled. So, if they have a shield in one arm and a spear in the other, they're going to also be able to have their nose as a bonus to that with attack rolls. And since their tough hide is also helping them, it's going to make them really hard to hurt, and they're going to be very good at close range combat. However, their trunk cannot wield weapons or shields or do anything that requires manual precision, such as using tools or magic items or performing somatic components of a spell. So it's not nearly as dexterous as a hand. For spell casting, you do need fingers of some sort. It definitely helps with controlling the weave. Being an elephant and having a trunk with that claw-like appendage is not nearly as effective, cannot be used to cast a spell. And since they don't have any natural magic affinity, like some monsters do, where they can naturally cast spells, their trunk is not able to replace a hand. So if they have any spellcasters, they still have to use their hands, and they cannot replace that with a trunk. However, that trunk also gives them a very keen smell. They gain advantage on wisdom perception checks and wisdom survival checks and intelligence investigation checks, all of them that involve smell. So they have due to their smell, they have a bloodhound-like sense. They're going to be able to track people very well. Now, Loxodons, they as I was doing my research, I realized that Botswana had had the largest elephant population in Africa. So using that as a baseline, and again, elephants used to be everywhere until they were either hunted by industrialization or other things. That's a bunch of history I don't need to go over. I feel old enough already today. So they are going to be starting off in Botswana and being moved up to and moving upwards towards Angola. Come on, there we go. So using this territory right here, Loxodons are going to have a good amount of the southern coast compared to them. You do notice that Loxodons are going to be neighbors to Lionel. No, not Lionels. I remember Leonin. Leonin are going to be their neighbors, and they are going to probably have some cultural relations towards them. Both of them lean towards lawful good due to the fact that this is a very modern species and doesn't have much history. There's not nearly going to be as much variety, but it's going to create a sort of class solidarity for their kin. So as soon as the Loxodon start building their civilizations, they're going to be a force to contend with. They're going to be fairly strong, and they're going to be very good at close range combat. Probably best way to fight them is going to be long range spells. They're probably going to branch out towards down here, like there, and move up there. Loxodons are very much going to be the bruiser of Africa. And with that, I need to find a way to fix this. And remember to comment, like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. And I hope you have a fantastic day.